Hey guys, how's it going? This is DarkLightReactions coming back at you with another one today, guys. We are back with another banger reaction video, and today, via multiple of your requests on the recent Dax video, you guys asked me to check out Depression. So, we're going to check this one out by him. Now, mind you, this is a reaction channel, so I will be pausing, I will be rewinding, and I will be talking and giving my thoughts and everything, on the song, what the lyrics might mean. It's just my opinion. So if that is not what you like, then do me a favor and check out the original video link down below. Uh, also, guys, uh, if you guys want to support the channel, I started a Cash App. Like I said, if you're a fan and you want to donate $5, $10, you can easily do that, or you can go down and do me another favor and just follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check those links in the social. Alright guys, we're gonna hop right into this one. I'm super excited to check this out because the song that he did yesterday blew me away. When we reacted to God's Eyes, I had no idea this man's talent. I didn't know he could sing. I had no idea that he was able to spit bars as good as he did, and the music video was good. So we're gonna check this out, and let's hop into this.
I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed all them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. Sometimes I sit and I reminisce about the good times. Wish I could get those back. I keep on running these races that go in my mind, and they go on these tracks. I'm not ready to erase all my memories. I fight depression and I let it get the best of me. Now there's nowhere to run, nowhere to go. Look around, there's liquor bottles all on the floor, filling up the space inside my heart and my home, drowning out these thoughts until they leave me alone. I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed all them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. These thoughts are draining all my energy. I try to tell them the God, they said I'm going insane, and then they recommended therapy. And I go and talk to a man who's getting paid to explain. He started saying that the chemical imbalance is the reason that my brain ain't connecting to accomplishments associated with moving on in life and past the things that my heart cannot contain. So the happiness won't sustain. And he read me my options.
Oh my God! Sorry guys. I normally I pause way before that, but I was just so focused on the lyrics, and he is talking about a real subject. Now, again, I'm new to Dax, so I don't know, if this is something that he's experienced and he's, sharing, what he's gone through in his life, and if so, that makes him just that much better as an artist, in my opinion. When artists are able to take personal shit that they go through and the struggles they go through, and they're able to just, as difficult as it is, when they're able to put their heart on a sleeve and write music that others can relate to, those are the type of artists that I vibe with. I don't like all the unnecessary artists out there that talk about unnecessary and unimportant shit. Nobody cares about how much money you have. Nobody cares about how many bitches you get. I'm sorry, but nobody does. I care about, like, can I relate to you on a regular level, And I like Dax so far, and this is only my second time reacting to him. But again, he's talking about depression. He's talking about, that part about therapy. I've been in therapy, and he's right. It's like when you hear someone who's being paid to tell you what they think is going on with you, it, it it's hard to take it serious because they don't give a fuck about you. Excuse my language, but they really don't. Most therapists are there just for a paycheck. And don't get me wrong, there are some that actually do care, but nowadays not so much. They pump you full of pills, and they give you every reason why in the book there's something going on. Um, and it's not what you want to hear. So this is deep. This is deep shit. It's a good song, and so far his vocals are on point on this one. So we're gonna back it up a little bit, and we're gonna keep going. Thank you guys. Seriously, thank you so much for recommending this. I'm, and I hope he's not, thinking like this anymore. I hope he's doing okay. If this is him coming from a place of pain. So, all right, let's back it up a little bit. All right, there we go.
To run, nowhere to go. Look around, there's liquor bottles all on the floor. Filling up the space inside my heart and my home. Drowning out these thoughts until they leave me alone. I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed all them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. These thoughts are draining all my energy. I try to tell them the God, they said I'm going insane, and then they recommended therapy. And I go and talk to a man who's getting paid to explain. He started saying that the chemical imbalance is the reason that my brain ain't connecting to accomplishments associated with moving on in life and past the things that my heart cannot contain. So the happiness won't sustain. And he read me my options. He said, here goes a pill, only take 2 to eat a meal, and it'll numb how I feel. I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help, but I pushed all them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days. Should I drown all these thoughts, or should I leave them to float? I've got all of my flaws living inside of this boat. I've been anchored in pain, the weight is making me choke. It's getting harder to breathe, it's pulling right at my throat. I've been hoping for change, but don't know how to restart. They say you ain't a man when you exposing your heart. Then they say you insane until it tears you apart. And then it cuts you so deep, and they can tell by the scars. We can only see change when we accept who we are. Try to run from the shame, and you won't never get far. Don't you bottle the pain and live your life in the dark. You're meant to break from those chains and shine as bright as a star. Don't you ever tell yourself that your depression is the reason you won't make it, or that happiness is not in your cards. Without God, you can beat all the odds, keep your faith.
Oh my god, that was the realest fucking line I think I've ever heard. We're gonna back it up for that one, just because I gotta hear that again. God damn.
Harder to breathe, it's pulling right at my throat. I've been hoping for change, but don't know how to restart. They say you ain't a man when you exposing your heart. Then they say you insane until it tears you apart. And then it cuts you so deep, and they can tell by the scars. We can only see change when we accept who we are. Try to run from the shame, and you won't never get far. Don't you bottle the pain and live your life in the dark. You're meant to break from those chains and shine as bright as a star. Don't you ever tell yourself that your depression is the reason you won't make it, or that happiness is not in your...
Oh my god, yeah, that is, as you guys can see, I'm getting a little bit emotional here, because most of you that do know me, I beat stage 3 cancer. I'm fairly young, I'm only in my 30s, but I have Crohn's disease. I've been battling it my whole life, and my whole life kids made fun of me, they teased me, and I just figured once I got out of high school it would be alright, but I still got judged for my Crohn's. I lost jobs because of it, struggled with it for years, and unfortunately I got sick about 1.5 years ago, and I ended up finding out I had stage 3 colon cancer. I had a bunch of blood clots. I was struggling. I was very depressed. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. I was sick, and then I had to I've never in my life had to have any surgery before, so it was difficult for me. It was absolutely difficult for me to go through that, and I was down in the dumps. I gave up. I thought I couldn't do it, and once I had the surgery, I became even more depressed because, now I have a bag that I have to deal with at such a young age. And I thought, how am I going to date? How am I going to, go out and do things? Like, I was embarrassed by it. I had huge scar down my whole chest. So I was kind of drowning, drowning in the negative thoughts, and just like what he said right there, don't you ever let your depression make you think that it's the reason you won't make it out or that happiness isn't in your cards. That is the realest line ever, and that got me right in the fucking feels, dude. That's what started bringing a tear to my eyes, because once I started getting better and I started getting used to the bag, and I talked to family and I really just kind of faced the demons inside my head. I met an amazing, girl, and now, we're engaged, and I live with her, and I'm doing much better. I'm, I've just, as he said, I don't let the depression or the negative thoughts run my life anymore. Be, you, and, if you believe in a higher power, your God or whoever you might believe in, it is always there for you. So, I mean, I'm not too religious. Let's just say I'm not going to get into religion on this channel. It's just like with politics. I won't touch politics. But if you guys do want to know my personal beliefs real quickly, I truly do believe there is some type of higher power. They're always watching over us. And if you don't agree with that, I'm sorry. But I really like this song. We're going to back it up again one more time, guys. Not all the way, just a little bit. And I'm going to give my final thoughts at the end of this. I seriously thank you guys. This is a fucking banger song. I mean, it's talking about a serious topic. Sounds like it's talking about his struggles and what he's been going through. And it's got some, hit you right in the feels lyrics. All right, guys, we're going to finish this out, and I'll give my final thoughts at the end.
I just pray for brighter days. Should I drown all these thoughts or should I leave them to float? I've got all of my flaws living inside of this boat. I've been anchored in pain, the weight is making me choke. It's getting harder to breathe, it's pulling right at my throat. I've been hoping for change but don't know how to restart. They say you ain't a man when you exposing your heart. Then they say you insane until it tears you apart. And then they cut you so deep and they can tell by the scars. We can only see change when we accept who we are. Try to run from the shame and you won't never get far. Don't you bottle the pain and live your life in the dark. You're meant to break from those chains and shine as bright as a star. Don't you ever tell yourself that your depression is the reason you won't make it, or that happiness is not in your cards. Without God, you can beat all the odds. Keep your faith and you'll never be lost, and say, I can't find myself. I get lost inside my brain. Think I might need help. But I pushed off them away. I took the cards they dealt, and there's nothing I can change. So when I'm by myself, I just pray for brighter days.
Okay, guys. First of all, I just have to say that was a banger song. I did. It started getting me a little bit emotional. I don't know if you guys caught that. I started having to wipe tears away. It's such a good song. I mean, like I said, this is my only second time reacting to him. As I said in the God's Eyes reaction, the only other time I've ever actually listened to Dax was when I was watching a reaction channel. I think a couple years ago they did it. It was a Cypher Volume 3, and he was featured in it, and he was really he destroyed it. He was spitting bars in that one. So I was not aware that he was able to sing. I just thought he was just this insane, talented rapper. So. And that line, he says, you're not really a man if you're showing your heart. I mean, I disagree with that so much. I agree with what he's like, how he's trying to portray it. It's like, no, it doesn't matter if you're a man. You should be able to show emotion. And I love when artists, like I said, I love when artists can take their traumatic thoughts or some terrible things they've been through and share it. not because I feed off of people's pain or any sick thing. It's just it makes them that much more relatable, as a fan, because you're like, oh shit, I've had those thoughts before, and you're talking about it, and that must mean you've been thinking about it, and it makes you connect better. That's why I always have loved music. Music in general is a sense of community, really. I mean, rap gets a lot of bad, you know, bad images, but it's not that bad. There's a lot of artists like Dax, like AK, and other artists who talk about real topics, real shit, and really mean it. And then there's, the metal genre. A lot of metal genre gets, oh, this is devil worshiping music, but a lot of the bands, I can name 10 off the top of my head, that a lot of them write about positive, things. August Burns Red is one of them. Uh, they're one of the biggest, well-known, Christian bands ever, and it's funny to me, that people wanna try to say that music it can't bring people together. And I've seen that before. I've seen people say that, and it annoys me. Overall, guys, this was an absolute banger. Dax is such an underrated artist. I love his music. I hope he keeps doing what he's doing, and I definitely cannot wait to check out more by him. I mean, this is a good song. It has a positive message. It covers both sides of like what you're thinking and then what you can do about it. And he's right. Sometimes you're dealt the card a series of cards, and you just have to take them and you accept that, hey, I can't change this, but I can figure out how to move on from it. And that's what I did with. That's why I related so much to this. Is that's what I did with my surgery. Once I got through the surgery and once I battled with the thoughts and I realized, like, hey, I can't change this. I got stage 3 cancer. I got sick. It's nobody's fault. It happened. It's unfortunate. It was a risk of having Crohn's disease all my life. And the only thing I can do now is try to, figure out how to handle this and move forward and just take the cards that fate dealt me and turn it into a positive somehow and just keep going. So this was a good song. Thank you guys. If there's anything else you want to see by Dax or any other artists that you have that I haven't heard of, feel free to let me know in the description. The next one we will be reacting to by Dax will be How to Be a Man. It's one you guys recommended, so we'll be checking that out. Alright, guys? Thank you so much as always. I appreciate you. Peace out.